All right, sprint in the Chinese Grand Prix. Safety car is ending. It's lap 16 to 19. George leads, then Leclerc, then Lando, then Lewis. Liam Lawson in his RB is 5th. Ollie Behrman 6th. Kimi Antonelli 7th. Oscar 8th. Pierre 9th. And Ocon rounds out your top 10. Carlos 11th, Gabby Bortoleto 12th, Fernando in 13th, Max 14th, Colapinto 15th, Albon 16th, Hadjar 17th, Stroll 18th, Checo 19th, and then Hulkenberg, Bottas, and Lindblad have all retired due to mechanical failures.
It's going to be critical.
Coming toward the hairpin, when does George go?
Also than George Russell to get the jump on the competition.
He's weaving around, as does Charles and Lando. The whole field's got to get up here if they want a chance to win this. It's a 3-lap shootout for the win.
That's why he's retired
here in China.
Lindblad told to retire the car. Nico Hulkenberg, on the 16 years since he made his F1 debut, not finishing this sprint race. And
into the hairpin.
Because it is all up for grabs.
Here we go. When does George go? Charles Leclerc almost spun in the hairpin, and George is gone.
Massive advantage here. That wheel spin.
Green flag is out. We're back racing. Lewis gets a little squirrely out of the final corner. George is already a second ahead as Leclerc nearly dropped it out of the final chicane. We go into the sweeping right-hander of turn 1. George with a second lead over Leclerc. Then Lando and Lewis battling for the final podium spot.
Start there, Crofty, and lost a position to Piastri.
Yes, he did. Piastri ahead now of Kimi Antonelli. And here comes
Behrman, Lawson right there in 5th and 6th as well. Overtake is enabled by race control. We got a fight for 9th. Pierre and Ocon, the former French teammates at Alpine. Pierre's got the spot for now, but Ocon looks to the outside. We won't know what happened in that battle unless we look back. It's Pierre out in front of Ocon. Lando, or that's not Lando, that's Oscar to the inside of Behrman for 6th. But George with a big 1.2 second lead, heading toward the final part of the lap. Big send to the inside. Antonelli on Behrman. Antonelli stays behind. Now trying to do the crossover move. He gets to the inside of Behrman. Behrman trying to fight back around the outside. Side by side down the straightaway. This should be easy work for the Mercedes. Antonelli on the inside. Down the long straightaway. Oscar on the inside of Lawson as well for 5th. Hamilton takes a peek at Lando in the chicane. Doesn't make the move. Oscar passes Lawson. Antonelli passes Behrman. And Carlos holds off Max behind as well for 11th. Red Bull is not even in the top 10 at all. We got a safety car infringement incident involving Oscar and Antonelli. That's noted as Hamilton gets back into the podium. He passes Lando with 2 laps to go.
Sergio Perez, who's right at the back of the field. That's not going to make much difference to his afternoon.
Time penalty for Sergio Perez. He's running last. It's a 5-second time penalty. Antonelli looking on Lawson. Goes to the inside. Dives into turn 6. Kimi Antonelli goes to 6th. Oh, Lawson may cross over. He does get to the outside, but Kimi pulls through.
So Lawson tumbles down into 7th and Antonelli up to 6th, and he can get back Piastri again in a few moments' time.
And Oscar's told to give the place back. He's going to have to pass. Let Kimi pass.
That's definitely the sensible thing.
So move the second Mercedes car into the top 5 as George leads Leclerc by 9/10 of a second, heading down to the final long straightaway. We got a mini box on Max. He's in 11th, right behind the battle for 9th. Pierre and Ocon. Oliver Behrman hanging on to the final points position by 1.5 seconds over Pierre. Oscar going to let Kimi go on the long straightaway. Kimi to 5th. Behrman takes a peek at Lawson. Ocon dives deep down the inside on Pierre in the final chicane. Ocon the 9th. Here's Max on Pierre looking to the final corner. Side by side, Max going to try and cover him off. He gets Pierre. Move Max to 10th. Final lap of the Chinese sprint. Max has a run on Ocon. Looking for 9th. Into the draft. Pulls to the outside through turn 1. Max to 9th.
One more Haas driver to go. Max Verstappen could yet claim a point here.
Oh, Max nearly got clipped on the inside there of turn 2 by the Haas of Ocon. But he's going to pull away now, as Pierre's getting challenged by Carlos for 11th. Back to the lead of the race. George with a 1 second advantage over Charles Leclerc. Can Leclerc fight back, or is it George's race to lose?
On the track currently, with Behrman right on the tail of Liam Lawson. No further investigation.
Heading to the final corners.
The stewards are more than satisfied.
George through the turn 11, turn 12. Now the sweeping right-hander. Turn 13. Heading to the long straightaway and then the final chicane. Charles Leclerc is 8/10 back. Leclerc is going to be deploying all the energy he has. Here they go. Down the long straightaway to the final chicane. Does Charles Leclerc send it? Looks like he's too far back. George to the final chicane. Leclerc, half a second behind. Coming to the final corner. George Russell is 2 for 2 in race weekends. He won Australia. He wins the China Sprint. George Russell on top again. Charles Leclerc second. Lewis Hamilton third. Rounding out a Ferrari double podium. Lando Norris, the reigning champ, 4th. Kimi Antonelli, 5th. Oscar Piastri, 6th. Liam Lawson, 7th. And Oliver Behrman gets the final point spot in 8th. What a race for Mercedes. George Russell took the lead, and just like Australia, never looked back. The Chinese Sprint is wrapped up, and George Russell is 2 for 2 in races this year. He won Australia. He wins the China Sprint. Thank y'all for watching. See you later. RBI. Peace.